Some are told to wake up and smell the roses, but today we are waking up to smell the coffee. You're joined by Diana Master and Aina Raizakwe on your favorite morning talk show, where we just discuss everything, any and everything, and give you our unsolicited advice. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I cannot complain. I mean, everything is well. The stars, I think, shining upon me.
It's giving syzygy.
Yeah, they are aligning, and I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I slept extremely late yesterday. You know, I told you I sleep at 8.
Yeah.
So if you are trying to catch me after 8 and I don't respond, I'm probably sleeping.
Yeah.
Unless it's a Friday. If I don't respond at 8 on Friday, I'm probably zoned out. I'm awake, but like
But
zoned
also,
out.
why are we calling people after 5? Please, don't.
Call during office hours.
Call during office hours. Why are you calling me once I'm at home and I'm in the comfort of my own home? Please do not call me.
That's when the stories will make sense.
Text me then. But yeah, man, I mean, we'll just take a quick ad break and then we'll come back and continue this discussion.
eTicket, your online ticket solution for events and event marketing, bringing you ease of mind and making sure that your event gets out there. For more information, contact events@nmh.com.na.
All right, now yesterday we did speak about the French pole vault athlete that managed to get his manhood stuck on a pole vault and hindered him from, of course, winning the silver medal or even just, placing. So anyway, French pole vaulter Anthony Amirati has spoken out after his manhood appeared to prevent him from winning a medal at the Olympics this weekend.
Oh, no.
Amirati looked set to clear 5.7 meters until a sensitive part of his body denied him during his third attempt on Saturday, leaving viewers in hysterics on social media. And following the viral moment, the 21-year-old admitted his frustration at missing out on a medal in Paris, albeit without directly referencing his unfortunate mishap. It's a big disappointment, Amirati told the French Athletics Federation. I'm a bit gutted because I didn't miss anything on the third attempt. At 5.70 meters, what I did miss was a bit of jumping in training to fine-tune the settings, just a technical session. He then added, I was 100% physically, but I was missing a bit of pole vault. The conditions were good. It's the first time I started a competition without any stress. As I was a total outsider, I only had one goal: to interact with the audience. I was almost there. Amirati's remarkable gaffe quickly went viral on social media, with fans left in stitches after his private parts cost him a place on the podium. He failed the bar and the commentators are already having a hard time acknowledging what happened. Help, I'm dying, a user on X posted. Another also pointed out, unlucky, but also a good flex.
I mean, I don't know what to make of the story. I think it's sad for him. But I think it's also hella hilarious for us. It's so funny.
It's crazy.
It's insane.
It's
so
insane.
I'm sorry, man. Try again next year. That's all I can say.
Social media was a buzz.
That's all I can say. Try again next year, my guy.
Everyone was saying, you know what? Like this person said,
it's a huge flex.
It's a big flex.
Very big flex.
If you know what we mean.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. If you don't,
this show is PG-16.
It's PG-18. We need to make it PG-18 now, because if you don't believe what we are saying, just go on TikTok and search Anthony Amirati, and then you'll see the clip. It's viral. Everyone. And it's like, people were also looking at it from like another perspective. They're saying, would people still be objectifying him if it happened to a woman? Ooh. Like if people were making a comment like that when it was a woman, would it still be fine?
Yeah, that's
food for thought.
That's a good question, actually.
Yeah, because why are we objectifying this man? He's an athlete. He came there to do his job. It was just an unfortunate mishap that happened. But someone was like, this man is going to have dates. He's going to have 10 dates every night from now on.
Yeah, because everyone, if he asks somebody out, everyone is going to be yes.
And he's only 21.
We already have a preview of
sneak peek.
Hassana. You know, I saw another clip. I don't know if it's from this Olympics or somewhere else. But what is that? You know, when you are not jogging, when you walk.
Yeah, power walking.
I think maybe it's power walking in a race when you walk.
When you're
power
walking. Yeah.
Okay, they were now in that power walking race, and then the girl that was gonna win. She was almost at the finish line, and then she celebrated. As she celebrated, let's say the finish line is here, right?
Yeah.
And as she's power walking, and then she puts up her hand like this to celebrate.
Yeah.
As she is celebrating, another contestant comes from the back and passes her. The disappointment in her face. She was like, and as she is reacting, the other one is passing by her, and she arrived first. As she was so disappointed, I'm like, no.
That's a life story. That's a life lesson.
Yeah.
Never celebrate too early. Never.
Yes.
My mother always says, don't count your chickens. Don't count your eggs before they hatch. Yeah.
So it was sad, and the cameras made sure to zoom in on her face. So now she ended up arriving first, because instead of just finishing the race, she thought she had made it, and she was celebrating. Meanwhile, she had not checked behind at her fellow contenders. Yeah, but nonetheless, yesterday we did talk about Mintlale Ndamase, who was allegedly beaten by her boyfriend, and the boyfriend now has another side of the story, and this is what the boyfriend is saying. The honeymoon phase is officially over for influencer and YouTuber Mintlale Ndamase with her tycoon boyfriend Leroy Sidambe. Allegations of substance and physical abuse are now taking center stage. This is after the beauty influencer posted pictures of her bruised and wounded face on Instagram account over the weekend and tagged that man who's in the picture now. His name is Leroy Sibande. In a statement that he has since made public on Monday, Sibande claims that Ndamase intended to stab him to death. Whoa. And that he was rescued by his son. He further revealed that Ndamase gets physical with him when she's under an influence of a certain substance. Not mention what the substance is. And so basically in the statement, Leroy is just saying that Mintlale had gone to his house, and the son had opened for her upon her request. And then when she went into the house, she directly went to the kitchen and grabbed a knife and went to the room where Leroy was, and started this altercation. And according to Leroy, the altercation was fueled by rumors that he had been unfaithful or involved with someone else.
Goodness.
So Leroy then put out that statement, and he's saying that he is more than willing to cooperate with the authorities, because he did not intentionally beat this woman. He was just defending himself. In the midst of their altercation, that's when I think, when you argue, because he's trying to not get stabbed, and perhaps he was pushing her so that he does not get stabbed, and that's how she sustained then the bruises, the injuries that we saw. And he did say that it was his son that came to his rescue.
Wow. How old is the son? Do you know?
No, they didn't mention how old he is. I'm assuming maybe 10,
Oh, shame,
8.
Man. That's
just an assumption. I don't know. How old would someone who would open the door be?
Yeah, I don't know. Probably 10, 11.
7.
Yeah, I guess from 7 up.
Yeah. Grade 1-ish, maybe.
But the thing is, we talk about certain things when it's either from a male perspective or from a female perspective. Yeah. It's like with the Anthony Emirati situation. People are laughing at it, but if it was a woman who had done that, no one would be saying anything. People would be like, why are you objectifying women and whatnot? And then now it's the same thing with domestic violence. In a way, I feel like society has not accepted that men can be victims of domestic violence.
Yes, anyone can be abused. It's not only, it's not unique to women and children. No. Men can also be abused. Men can also be abused.
And then that's just the thing. We were talking about it earlier to say that there are some women that actually go and attack, like sometimes it could just be a thing of, it takes a lot of self-control. I mean, think about it, even in an argument. If you're yelling at me and you're shouting, naturally my reaction is to also yell.
Other alone.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Please do get them to seek the proper help that they need. I'm not saying that you should force them to leave their person, but just give them the right advice. Tell them to maybe visit a social worker or whatever it is, go to the police, because it will end terribly most of the time.
Yeah.
If it'll either end up with one or both of them leaving in a casket. But anyway, that does bring us to the end of our top stories. But we get into our interview segment, and thereafter we get into our Let's Eat segment. We're talking about a new Greek restaurant that just opened up.
Now I'm joined by Ogeta Greg, the editorial coordinator of Delve Deep.
Papers today focus on mining in Namibia. Delve Deep Namibia is the title. And it's inspired by the need to inform Namibians so that more of us can take ownership of mining in the country. You know, it's a very important industry. It's a bedrock of Namibia's economy, as was stated by the Minister of Mines and Energy, Tom Alwindo, quite recently. This year it has contributed more than 14% to the GDP, which is a significant amount, and also growth above what was contributed last year. But throughout the years, mining has always been a very important part of our economy. But also the reason why I get excited about it is because it's one of the areas where we demonstrate that Namibia can not only do well, we can be at the forefront. You know, much of the technology that we employ, we've got the most experienced crews, Namibian crews, and our coastline is not the only one in the world where diamonds can be found at the bottom of the ocean. But we are the experts in retrieving those diamonds. Highlight those achievements so that we can also demand more in other aspects of our lives. You know, it's not necessary that everything we do has to be second rate. Just to illustrate that we can.
I totally agree with that sentiment. I do understand that the oil and gas industry is booming, and also, you know, we have the prospect of the green hydrogen industry. So there's a lot of buzz happening in the industry. What are some of the themes that you covered in this edition to sort of highlight what's happening in the country in terms of those?
Well, we did look at oil specifically because there's a lot of activity in terms of exploration. We are still waiting for confirmation of commercial viability of some of the finds that we've made, but a lot of international interest in our offshore oil exploration continues, and we can expect to see more of that activity, more of the drill ships, which have become a familiar sight of our coastline, visiting, and even which specializes in the Lano and the desalination plant, which hold of the newspaper, you can get an insight into what is happening. And it's also in support of our national drive for local content. Now, in this case, local content is looking at what Namibia $1 billion worth of spending, which the mining industry wants to spend in Namibia, above and beyond what they already spend. So they are desperately looking for companies who do the work, the innovation, the preparation. You know, in mining it's important that everything is of a certain quality. The whole operation, it's like a whole lot of, what do you call these things, those little blocks that they put in a row, and if you click one, then they all fall, the dominoes. Yeah. So one thing leads to another. So everything needs to be of a good quality. But for instance, one of the low-hanging fruits that he pointed out is the barrels in which we export the uranium oxide.
Yeah.
Those barrels can be made in Namibia. Currently they are imported. So it's just for some Namibian company to set up the factory and produce the barrels and supply the industry and make the money. But there are tons and tons of other opportunities, everything from catering all the way through PPE, protective clothing. There are a myriad of possibilities which we as Namibians must take advantage of.
Well, you heard it from the man himself. Get yourself a copy of the Focus supplement, Delve Deep Namibia.
Delve Deep.
And you can see how you can be a part of the industry. Thank you so much, Augetta Greg. We'll be right back with more Smell the Coffee.
Another day, another